Welcome back. Part 2 of the Owners Managers Conference from the Techo-Bloc Contractor Showcase event. We're going to look at estimating and job costing and financing. When we talk about estimating and job costing, we're going to start with an analysis on labor. We're going to look at the three components: your average wage rate, your labor responsibility, and using the single overhead recovery system, applying overhead based on every billable man hour. We're going to jump into materials and how buying better quality materials saves you labor, and that brings the best value to your customers and takes the stress out of the job for your team. We're going to look at equipment and using rental tool rates and subcontractors and applying a flat rate. We're going to get into greater detail on accounting when we look at gross margin, gross revenue, and gross profit. And we're going to do some ratios. We're going to look at gross revenue by man hour and gross profit by man hour so that we can look at an outdoor kitchen built the traditional way and one of the urban bonfire kits brought to you by Techo-Bloc. So we're going to start with that, and we're going to jump into financing, what we call the Pay Now, Pay Later program. So it's a contractor-provided financing program. So you aren't financing. Obviously the bank is, but it's going through your name. So that way it helps your cash flow with 50% up front, 50% upon completion. You're not fronting money to get that job started. We're going to talk about 0% interest for a year, which is very enticing and can get your phone ringing, or low monthly payments for those who do want to finance the project longer term and make a small monthly payment. We're going to look at financing high value items. And if you think about homes or vacation homes or cars or anything large, they're always financed. And what we're doing can be large as well. So we want to give them that option for that pool, that swim spa, that outdoor kitchen, whatever it might be that we're building for those consumers. We're going to talk about designing big. Financing doesn't make jobs big, you do. Design big. Give them their wants, give them their needs, and apply them to the landscape. And when they look at you and say, well, that's outside of our budget, let's blow the budget. Let's talk about Pay Now, Pay Later, that partnership between Interbank and Techo-Bloc, which is so easy for them to get on board with an app, with phone, with text messaging, with a website, LinkedIn, Facebook. All these different mediums are available to reach out and get financing. If you want to learn more about it, go to the Pay Now, Pay Later website, talk to your Techo-Bloc authorized representative in your local market, or get with your local dealer and say, I want to get on board with the Techo Pro program and get this Pay Now, Pay Later, and we'll be in touch. So sit back, again, relax and enjoy estimating and job costing and financing.
Next, talking about estimating. We're going to break that grill island down and show you guys a couple different options to make a lot of money with your labor hours.
Let's do labor real quick, Rick.
Yep, so labor, we have $50 an hour here. It's an even number, but that includes our average wage rate, our labor burden,
labor responsibility.
Labor responsibility, and our overhead.
If you're anything under $50 an hour, what you're charging too little. We need to talk. $1,200 in labor, material costs. What's my total?
$6,534.60.
How about equipment and subcontractors?
Equipment, $250. Subcontractor, $1,500.
So we're just using rental tool rates for our equipment. It's an easy way to do it. Yes, profit is embedded twice, but that's okay. Subcontractor, $1,500. Our profit margin, 20%. Our selling price or gross revenue is about $12,000. If we divide that by the number of hours we consume, that's $500 in gross revenue per man hour. How much profit margin? This is again gross profit margin, $100 for every man hour consumed. Let's do the alternative.
Yep, we figured out the math using an urban bonfire terror unit.
Okay, start at the top.
So labor, we only have 4 hours compared to the 24 hours of labor.
4 hours.
So $200.
Material cost.
Material cost, $12,830.
We're buying that
higher.
We're buying that piece of equipment. All right, equipment time.
We could lift it up by hand. We didn't have to have any kind of equipment on site at all.
And a licensed bonded gas tech?
Yep, coming out. Again, 2 half days, 1 whole day, $1,500.
So we're going to be willing to accept a lower profit margin here, even though the dollar value will be higher. We're going to make a 15% profit. So with a selling price or gross revenue of $17,000, just rounding down a little bit, 4 man hours consumed, $4,250 per man hour in gross revenue. The profit, again, a lower margin but a higher dollar value because our selling price is higher. $2,500 divided by 4 hours is 6.25 times as much profit than before. So there is an opportunity with these urban bonfires to make additional profit on our jobs. Now, I'd like to introduce to the stage, I'm looking for him. We call him Clark Kent, but when he's done, you're going to call him Superman. He is Andrew Clark, everybody. Pave now, pay later from Enterbank.
Thank you, thank you. Again, Andrew Clark, I'm the relationship manager for the Pave Now, Pay Later program. And this is something that Techo-Bloc has invested for you. What this allows you to do is have contractor-provided financing. You might think, wait, I'm providing financing? Isn't that something my customer's supposed to do? Well, let me ask you a few questions. How many of you run into customers who underestimate how much their project is going to cost? I see some hands. How many of you have customers who phase their project, who change their minds, and it changes the financial scope of the project? There's a lot of things that customers can do that there's uncertainty in the financial situation of customers. And if you provide them with an easy way to move forward with their project, you will sell more projects. So, Techo-Bloc selected Enterbank to provide this service for you. We're not your typical bank. You won't find locations around. We're an industrial bank. There's some of our qualifications, but the most important part is that we're entirely specialized on home improvement. We know what you're going through, and so we've designed a quick and easy application process so you can get customers approved and keep them focused on your project knowing that funds are secured. So let's talk a little bit about your market. In 2020, $300 billion will be spent on home improvement. So there's room for every one of us to grow. Homeowners are staying in their homes longer. What used to be 7 years is now 13 years in the home. And so this means that they're renovating more, they're remodeling more. And this was an interesting study done by Rayward, a survey. They surveyed people who had had a remodel project or an exterior project done, and a third reported that they regretted not going further with their project. They limited themselves on the budget, and they regretted that they didn't get that extra feature. So, design big. How many homeowners use financing to pay for their home improvement? Well, according to independent research, 50% of homeowners finance their project when it's greater than $5,000 in size. So this is huge. And when if you just accept cash, could you be missing a few customers? And what may appear to be cash to you is often a financial arrangement in the background. Perhaps that customer had to reach into their retirement account, an IRA, a 401k. Maybe there were some penalties associated with that. Maybe they went to their local bank or credit union and arranged an equity line of credit, and that took a week or two to arrange and some hassle. Homeowners are financing their home improvements, and when you can provide an easy path for that, you'll see a faster sales price cycle. So here are some of the advantages, the benefits you'll have when offering payment options to your customers. With Pave Now, Pay Later, you'll improve your cash flow. We're able to pay you 50% of your project funds up front and 50% at project completion. When you advertise payment options, you'll have an increase in leads. Believe it or not, customers see things like no interest, no payments for a year and low monthly payments, and that encourages them to contact you and start discussing their paver project. You'll see an increase in buying rate and in your average purchase size. You'll eliminate discounting. So when you offer payment options, how many of you get beat up on price? People are asking you for a discount or they want a better deal. Well, rather than cutting out some of your hard-earned profits, refer them to your payment options. You have no interest, no payments for a year, and low monthly payments. That's the extra service you provide. And you can reduce cancellations. So when a customer's approved for a payment option, they're much more likely to move forward with their project. And since it only takes 10 minutes while you're there in the home, why not do it? Okay, I want to tell you a little bit about a survey we did. We surveyed 600 homeowners, 300 of which who had had a home improvement project done in the last 12 months, and 300 which were planning on doing one in the next 12 months. We had some very interesting findings. Finding number one, why would a homeowner use contractor-provided financing to pay for their project? The number one answer, 39%, convenience. The contractor gave me this way to move forward. It was easy. I moved forward with the project. Number two, 22% flexibility. It allowed me to hang on to my cash. I didn't want to have the stress of depleting my savings account. I held on to it. I paid conveniently over time. Notice the smallest bar here, 8%, lack of alternative. So that's AKA they didn't have the money for the project. They had to use the financing. So that tells you your homeowners, they have the money to pay for the project, but it's easy, convenient, and it's flexible on their budget when you offer payment options. Finding number two, how many more of your customers will move forward with the purchase? Well, we did a survey on a contractor who had a buying rate of 1 in 4. 25% of his customers were moving forward, did not offer payment options. When he introduced 12 months same as cash and a 6.99% 7-year loan into his standard offer to customers, he saw an increase in close rate by 19%. That's an extra 2 out of 10 customers. What would that mean for you if you had 2 out of 10 more customers moving forward with their project? Finding number 3, customers who finance purchase more. So customers who finance purchase 44% more than customers who pay cash. Does this mean you just sign up for the program and you get 44% bigger deals? No. It means that when you present payment options and design big, your customers are able to purchase more. This is the 44% more. This is the 44% more, providing the elevated water feature and then providing a payment option to achieve that. Using fire. These are all, you want to design big and then make it really easy for your customers to purchase. So when you do provide your customer with payment options and they want to move forward, is it easy? Yes, it is. You can be right there with the customer. The customer can apply using your mobile phone. There's an app. It's the EnterBank app. You just pull it up on your phone, type in some initial details, hand it off to the customer. They type their personal information, click submit, and you get an approval on that very first visit. You know the funds are ready to go, so you can move forward with the project. Customers can also apply online, or they can apply with a quick phone call with one of our loan officers. They're standing by. There's no long hold times or anything like that, and they're there until 1 a.m. Eastern. We can even help you put application buttons on your website. So if you had a customer researching your company, finding out a little bit more, they could go to your page and see, oh, they offer 12 months same as cash. They could click on this button, apply for the loan, and get pre-approved before they even talk to you. Wouldn't that be nice? So when you sign up for Pay Now, Pay Later, we're going to help you out with this. You don't have to have any experience with financing. That's my sole purpose in life, is to help you succeed with payment options. We'll help you with website content, emails, flyers. We'll help you get a nice flyer with your company logo on it with your payment options that you can just hand to your customers on that very first appointment. Advertising disclosures and talking points, we're here to help you. We provide training for your entire team, to the admin staff, to the salespeople, to the owners. So what should you do right now? Well, connect with me. You can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn. Here's a landing page that you can provide your information to get updates on this program. And here is my contact information. Reach out to me. Let's connect and get you started with Pay Now, Pay Later to capture more sales. Yeah, feel free. Take a picture. Reach out to me. We'll get you signed up. It's available for Techo Pro contractors. So if you're not a Techo Pro, become one. And if you are a Techo Pro, reach out to me. We'll get you signed up. Thank you so much, everyone.
Andrew Clark, everybody. That's awesome. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, absolutely. Pay now, pay later. If you're not a Techo Pro, become one. It is very advantageous. Sales, a little reminder, the 3 R's of sales selling. Rick.
Number 1, repeat. People like themselves. So by repeating once or twice during a sales call, it helps you relate with them more.
Absolutely. Rephrase.
Like you said, as we discussed.
Right? These are important things to stay on track. Rewrite.
Writing something over again during that sales call. So don't just write down what you think is important. Write down everything.
And
helps you get a better.
digitize your notes. Digitize your notes so that you can stay on track. And last one?
Replay something we just created. When you get done with the sales call, take 15, 20 minutes, maybe at the end of the week. Think about those sales calls you had. What went good about them? What went bad? What do you need to change?
If you missed a hot button, maybe you can remember sitting in your truck, gripping the steering wheel, mad at yourself. Wait a minute, I could have done better. That's what replaying is about.